Thank you. Yeah, thank you. This is my second time, second open mic, and the second time, both in first and second, both were in TDP only. So thanks to TDP first. और वहाँ वहाँ बैठ के मैं बहुत हंस रही थी एंड बहुत कॉन्फिडेंट थी यहाँ पे मुझे लोग दिख रहे हैं तो वो डर थोड़ा वापस आ गया है एनीवे सो टुडेज परफॉर्मेंस विल बी अ मिक्स ऑफ हिंदी एंड इंग्लिश क्योंकि मैंने लास्ट टाइम के परफॉर्मेंसेस देखे तो बहुत सारे सब ने ऑलमोस्ट हिंदी में ही बोला था, बहुत कम इंग्लिश था. सो आई वांटेड टू फिट इन एज दे से. सो आज की कहानी, बिफोर वी गो अहेड, आई एम माथंगी. तो मेरे नाम की एक अलग कहानी है, वो मैं फिर कभी बताऊंगी, नेक्स्ट ओपन माइक में बताऊंगी. आई हैव फाउंड माई न्यू टॉपिक. आई एम अ टीचर, अ कोऑर्डिनेटर, एन ऑथर एंड अ पोएट. सो थैंक यू. सो इसमें से मैं एक रोल आपको एक्सप्लेन करूंगी. मैं एक कोऑर्डिनेटर हूँ एक प्री स्कूल में, एक प्ले स्कूल में. एंड यू नो, these play schools have a bunch of kids who range from the age of 2 years to 6 years. और इनके पास इतनी सारी चीज़ें होती है हमें सिखाने के लिए कि we get spellbound, or at least I do. So every day in the morning, nobody likes, and especially in the winters in Bangalore, nobody wants to wake up in the morning and go to work. And I have to do that. I have to wake up in the morning at 5 because I have to be at my workplace by 8. लेकिन 8 बजे मेरे ही साथ एक और 2 साल का बच्चा स्कूल में रेडी रहता है मुझे वेलकम करने के लिए. 2 साल का छोटा सा बच्चा. So my open mic, or the topic for today, is a few lessons that I've learned from my kids from school. So this boy, let's call him Jay. So he is ready to welcome me. He waits at the gate every day, and I want to go even if I am ill. I want to go just to see him. That is, it is so motivating and so immensely pleasurable to go and see him that you want to, वो काम चाहे जैसा हो, टेंशन चाहे जितना हो, but वहाँ जाके I have the fun of my life. Who gets paid to have fun? I do. I keep telling that to my boss also. This same boy, Jay, also taught me self-motivation. So he has recently learned letters. Alphabet, A to Z. So he's recently learned the letters. He shouts at the highest of his pitch. And he says, A for apple, B for ball, C is for cat, D is for dog. And he keeps doing that till Z. And अगर आपने गलती से Z को Z बोला, तो वो आपकी क्लास ले लेता है. And then, once he finishes Z for zebra, then he claps for himself and he says, very good, good job. So he's taught me self-motivation. Don't wait for anybody to come and appreciate you. Good job. Very good. And he says that in that tone because his teachers use those tones. So that is what I've learned from him. Then there is another child. Let's name her any girl name. Jaya. Okay. Jaya. Okay, fine. So there is this girl, Jaya. Now every day she has a new story to tell. Nobody is stopping her. She has a new story to tell. One day she said, ma'am, आज ना नहीं कल ना हमारे नए घर में शिफ्ट होने वाले हैं, तो उसकी पूजा होने वाली है. तो मैं, मेरे दादू, मेरी दादी, मेरी मम्मा, हम सब न्यू क्लोथ्स लेंगे. तो मैंने कहा ओके. आपके पापा क्यों नहीं लेंगे? नहीं, उनको ज़रूरत नहीं है ना, वही तो सबको खरीद के देते हैं, उनको क्या ज़रूरत है? मैंने कहा लेकिन न्यू हाउस तो उनका भी है, उनको कुछ तो उनको लेना चाहिए ना. ठीक है मैम, आप कहते हो तो पापा को ना मैं नए सॉक्स खरीद के दूंगी। तो मैंने कहा आप कुछ भी खरीद के दे सकते हो, सॉक्स क्यों खरीदना है? पापा बहुत बेचारे हैं मैम, ऑफिस जाते हैं ना तो फटे हुए सॉक्स पहन के जाते हैं। So that is their creativity. I mean, they are thinking of stuff. They look at stuff. We think that वो छोटे हैं उनको समझ के आता है, but they're looking at stuff and they are like, अभी इसकी कहानी बनाऊंगी. Actually, and the next day, this girl's mother comes to me and says, मैम ये मेरी हमारे घर की इज्जत दाव पे लगा रही है. So that is there. The fourth lesson that I learned was resilience, power to bounce back. Now, like every school, our school also has slides. Slides are the children's most favorite thing to play. Now, हमें जो चीज़ बोली जाती है वो तो हम कभी करते नहीं हैं. Even as adults, we do not follow what we have to. How do we expect 2-year-olds to do that? There is a ladder, but no child climbs the ladder. Everybody wants to climb up the slide. They climb up the slide, they want to come down the slide, and then they want to go back up the slide. तो वो सिर्फ that one child wants to play because they'll come and go, come and go, come and go. Now this particular, let's name him Shreyas, this particular child goes up the slide halfway, and ये slide उतना बड़ा नहीं है, लेकिन वो the children are so small that they have to, he used to go up the slide halfway, then slide down. Then go up the slide halfway, then slide down. And he did that every day. Nobody told him. और वो कभी उसको चोट लग गई, वो एक कोने में बैठ के रोता था. He used to go back to that same, like we used to feel scared that he'll not go back to playing because he got hurt. But he still used to go back, and again he used to climb that same way. He will, no matter how many times we told him, he would never climb up the stairs, the ladder. He would only climb up the slide. That is where I learned. हम लोग 15 साल 20 साल पुरानी बातें लेके बैठ जाते हैं कि मैं इससे नहीं बात करूंगी क्योंकि इसने ऐसा बोल दिया था. I am myself that kind of a person. उससे नहीं बात करूंगी, उसने, that slide has hurt him so many times, but he's going back to that slide. For him, the goal itself is different. So that was my resilience. Then the last one was friendship. This is a very funny story. I mean, not at that time, but later on now when I think of it, it is. So there were two boys. Boys are usually, sorry for gender stereotyping, but boys are usually the naughtier ones. So there were two boys. Let's name them Ramesh and Suresh for the sake of the story. So again, they are all 2-year-olds only. All these, the stories that I'm telling you are of 2-year-olds. So Ramesh and Suresh, they were waiting to go home. They were waiting for the van to leave. They were about to get into the van. अभी वैन में चढ़ने से पहले टीचर आगे खड़ी हैं, 2 टीचर्स पीछे खड़ी हैं, बीच में जहाँ भी जगह मिल रही है वहाँ पे हेल्पिंग, you know, the house helps, the aunties, they are waiting. तो इतने सारे लोग खड़े हैं. Now Ramesh decided that he wanted to simply open his mouth and stand. Ramesh decided he wanted to open his mouth and stand. I mean, in his head, it was all fine. Okay, I'll open my mouth and stand. Now Suresh decided that his mouth is open, so I'll put my finger in it. So he put his finger. Now Ramesh said, अरे मेरे मुंह में तो कुछ आया है, मैं तो काटूंगा. So he bit the finger. Now Suresh is bawling his eyes out. We didn't know all this was happening. There was another teacher. She stopped everything. She separated them. And Suresh is crying and his parents have come and we are all talking. And now Suresh has calmed down after some time. Ramesh is also there with his parents. Suresh has calmed down. Now Suresh, we have made him sit, given him water, everything, whatever he wants, chocolate and all. And we very calmly asked what happened. This is the story he's telling. Ramesh had his mouth open. I felt like I wanted to put my finger in it. I put my finger and he bit my finger. There were actually bite marks on his finger, so it became a very big issue at that time. Afterwards, when we were talking to the parents, the children were asked to go and play. Those two kids, one had bitten the other, but those two children were playing together in the play area. So there I saw that this friendship, does not see any of this. These things keep happening. But they will, play with each other. They will continue to do what they want to do. They don't have any grudges against each other. Just because, they bit somebody, one bit the other, they don't hold grudges. And that was one of the biggest lessons of my life, grudges. Because it is something that I hold even to date, and which I feel like I should be, letting go. And I believe बच्चे भगवान के रूप होते हैं. Even though they cry, they shout, वो जिद्दी भी होते हैं, but बच्चे भगवान के रूप होते हैं. We have to keep reminding ourselves that as teachers and as coordinator. I would like to end this with the poem that I had written recently. I'm very close to Krishna. I am more close to Bal Gopal. So this poem is in English. His kindness, a balm in life's demanding art. Bal Krishna, the solace to every wounded heart. A brotherly figure with mischievous glee. Bal Krishna, my companion in jubilant reverie. A faithful friend who is there for me always, even when I would walk the school's crowded hallways. Into my life, a son's role unforeseen. I don't have children yet, so I consider him my son also at times. Into my life, a son's role unforeseen. Bal Krishna had become my sun serene. As a guide, his wisdom a ray of light. Bal Krishna leading this way towards delight. At times when my courage would diminish, Bal Krishna would lead to the line finish. Each breath tells a tale anew of Bal Krishna's love as pure as morning dew. Thank you. Thanks a lot. Over to the host.